Hello, Jody Dillon. Hello, everybody. We'll get started in just a minute. Do we have any new folks? This is your first time with yours truly, the weight loss coach and host that loves you the most. Way to go, Melanie. Good job. Good job. Anyone, this is your first visit with us, or this is your first week, I guess I should say. Hello, we're about to get started. Sorry, I'm waiting on my helper. Good day, everybody. Hello, testing 1, 2, 3. Everybody good? We're about to get started. I'm just waiting on somebody to help me with this customer support side. Liza is here. Everybody welcome. Y'all finally get to meet Liza. Liza is going to be doing her best to help me. We have a very small team if you're new here. That's how we keep our prices so low and affordable so that we can help every willing and wanting heart. And Liza is going to get tried by fire today. Everybody welcome Miss Liza. Liza, you can chat in the thread. Just let me know in the thread that you're good. Liza and Lara, for those of you that don't know, I've been getting a lot of, who is Liza? Who is Liza? Who is Lara? Well, they're part of our family. They've been with us. They're not just contractors. They've been with us for years behind the scenes, working quietly. Two of the best souls on the planet Earth, just sweet as they can be. And they're from the Philippines. They live in the Philippines. And they rely on the Shibboleth family supporting Shibboleth so that they can take care of their families. There's Lara. Lara has showed up too. Let me get Lara. It's about time that y'all meet them. They will tell you I'm very protective of our Shibboleth family. And they have been behind the scenes working diligently for years. And Lara, by the way, Lara and Liza are sisters. How many of y'all feel like this is long overdue, me introducing them? It's long overdue, isn't it? They are not new. They're not new employees. I just want everybody to know that's been around a while. These are like my sisters, and they are Christians. They have taught me a lot about living a Christian life. They've been a great influence to me during difficult times in my life. They appreciate everything they have. It's one of the reasons I come fired up so many times here in class, because we sometimes sit on a pity potty, don't we? And then you meet people like Larry and Liza and material. They'll tell you they're rich today, by the way. They might get mad at me for saying this. They'll tell you they're rich, but they're rich in faith. They're two of the best hearted women that I've ever met in my life. And as we continue to scale down and get lean and get under budget so that we can keep Shibboleth healthy and alive during this changing culture, they're going to continue to help us from the Philippines. Amazing people. And I want to say again, those partnerships, y'all might wonder where it goes. It goes to good causes like that. We need them. So big round of applause for Lara and Liza, everybody. Somebody said to me that talked to them, they asked me, did they speak English? And I said, really better than I do. But the thing about them is they know so many languages. They're a heck of a lot smarter than I'll ever be. But sometimes it will take them a minute to translate in their mind what you're saying and asking for. Okay. Sasha and Tammy are busy and could not be here helping people. We get anywhere from 700 to 1,500 questions a day, not about the program, but can I have this and can I have that? And they are often the unsung heroes. They go and grab the information and give it to our front line to give to you. So amazing. All right, we'll get started. My name's Travis Martin. I've lost over 100 pounds with this program. I've come off all prescription medications. The program has radically changed my life. And if you're new here, it'll change yours. Cindy, let me get to that a little bit later, if you will. Joni's on vacation, 2-week vacation. We will be changing how we do mentoring. And I'll explain that in just a moment. I promise. I'm going to explain that today because we're going through an amazing company transformation that we've been telling people about all year. And it's a lot. It's a lot. And I know. But the good news is we ain't going nowhere. All right. So anyway, I'll get to that in just a minute. So the program's changed my life in amazing ways, and it's changed tens of thousands of other lives as well. Literally. Some of you are here, and I don't take credit for that, and my team doesn't take credit for that. We're being used of God to help change and transform lives. And sometimes God uses the weakest amongst us to put to shame the so-called wise. And that's what our entire little team feels about ourselves. We're just a weak vessel that God's mighty strength and power is working through to help people break the bonds and the chains of food addiction. Everybody here can do exactly what I did if you haven't already, and that's lose weight and keep it off forever with a practical, sustainable, and fun program that, hey, by the way, it's free. Unless you want the intermediate levels and the advanced levels, which many of you have, it's free. The very program that God gave me freely in Rome, Georgia, 20 years ago, He is now given to you for free. And our team, we are instructed, each one of us in our meetings are instructed to treat you like you paid thousands of dollars for this program. So I hope that you will give us your best effort, because we're going to give you our best effort. Now, with that said, this is lesson 3. If you're new here and this is your day 1, don't leave. That's the devil. The devil trying to talk you out of a blessing. Well, don't I need to start with lesson 1? How many of you agree No, you good. You good, Tammy. You're good. I got Liza and Lara. I don't know who told you that, but I know you had a mentor appointment, right? Big round of applause for Tammy. Our team is undergoing a lot right now, y'all. They're working their little tails off for me. So actually for y'all, they don't like me very much. They call me Darth Vader. You know, at the end of the story, though, Darth Vader, he saw the light, didn't he? They don't like me too much. Don't listen to them. I promise you. They get pretty mad with me. But I'm Darth Vader. They trying to bring me to the light. But Tammy, you do what you got to do. I was just in a little bit of a panic because I know how overwhelming this thread gets and people needing their support. But you go do what you need to do, and we'll try Lara and Liza by fire today. We appreciate you. All right. So if you're new here, don't leave if you showed up today. How many of you agree? How many of you agree that you would be wise and prudent to go through this short course 2 or 3 times because it's unconventional? It should be conventional. Happy juice, everybody. It should be conventional, should it not? But what we teach, it's unconventional, and it will yield unconventional results. So just because you're on lesson 3, start learning by osmosis. Repetition is the mother of skill. So if you keep coming, you will become, if you don't do this in a rush and you enjoy it, enjoy the process. My goodness, when people want to lose weight, they want it all gone by tomorrow. We want this hunk of chunk off. Grab that hunk of chunk and say, it's got to go. Grab that hunk of chunk. It's got to go. So you've been carrying this around for a long time. You can give us 2-3 hours of your time spread out over a week or 2. And then if you apply the information, it's going to be life-changing. But there is a lot to learn. It doesn't take long to learn it, but it's just different, and it's a lot, and it's fun, and it's easy. But I need you to break away from that conventional thought of instant gratification just for a little while. Now, this is lesson 3, and we've already had a couple of lessons, and if you missed those, they are recorded, and there's supplemental coursework on the website for you. We want everybody to get through this week, take the test, pass the test, and earn the fast track badge. That will signify that you are ready to begin personalizing your program. You've learned the right foundation, and you can move on from there and be wildly successful. Everybody here has access to Fast Track for free. You have a journal, you have a beginner library, you have the videos, everything you need. Even if, let's say, well, what he teaches is really awesome, but I just don't like that guy. His voice annoys me. I'm saying things I've heard through the years, right? I don't like your attitude. I don't like that you talk about Jesus all the time. Well, that's okay. What I teach will still save your life, and that's what I care about. I don't care about comforting you. I care about confronting you if you will let me do that. And we'll change together. We'll grow together. At the end of this week, if you never want to hear me again, you will have the right foundation to lose all the weight that you want to lose and keep it off forever. Amen? So, with that said, tomorrow we'll take the test, pass test, and earn the badge. And then whatever you missed, you can go through it again next week. Because I'll be doing it again next Monday, Lord willing. And we'll go through Thursday, and we'll have group 2 graduating, and so forth. That's the way we're moving forward. From a support standpoint, before I get into the lesson, because yesterday was a challenging day for our Shibboleth team. We've got 3 challenges going on, and we're doing these fast track courses. We're relaunching the right way. Do y'all agree that this teaching fast track's the right way? Partners, I've got some partners. Don't y'all agree this is the right way to go? It's just, we know in our hearts this is the right way to go. To teach the foundation. Don't let people go past fast track until they've earned fast track, okay? And this is the way we're moving forward. So it's created a lot of people that were lying there dormant, tens of thousands of people we have, a lot lying there dormant, they've come back alive. And what we are known for, everybody, is our level of care and support. But I do think that probably if you've been used to us answering questions within a minute or two, 24 hours a day, that there's going to be some interruption from that. And I want to ask you, do you feel it's reasonable that I go live twice a day? And if you haven't had your question answered, because they're trying their best, and it's usually, is this Power Crunch bar better than this Fit Crunch bar? And it's all day. Or, Travis, I got a tech issue. Do you find it reasonable to just assume that even if I haven't replied to your email, that I love you and you shouldn't use that as an excuse to quit? That happens all the time. I'm doing my best to reply to all these emails and text messages, but this is the reason that I go live twice a day, now Monday through Thursday, so that if you're not getting what you need at 10 p.m. on Tuesday night, you know you only have to wait until Wednesday at 10:30. And if you didn't get it answered on Wednesday at 3 p.m., you only have to wait till 8 p.m. so that we can keep our costs low and help everybody that needs help. Do y'all find that reasonable? And when your friend tells you they won't help me, will you remind them, hey, he goes live twice a day? So I want to put that out there because that is the most important thing to me, is making sure our Shibboleth family feels that each individual matters. All right. Now, with that said, we got to get into our lesson. And back to Cindy, we will not be able much longer. Y'all better get it in now. I will not be able to offer free one-on-ones with Joni much longer. I have to pay for those. And y'all, we don't have it to keep paying for. We have paid people to lose weight for years now. Do y'all agree? Reasonable people agree? We've been paying people to lose weight. One-on-ones have been free, but they're not free. Okay, somebody has to do it with their time and somebody has to pay it. So while Joni's still doing it, she's on vacation right now, but while she's still doing it, you better book it now, because soon you'll either have to come to live class or you'll have to pay for a one-on-one with me, because we got to get lean and tight to weather this new culture. Y'all don't want us being Jenny Craig, do you? And going out of business. So we got to change some things. And I'm here every day to answer any question that you have, okay? All right, please tell me it's okay, that y'all understand. We're doing our best, and I have for now 13 years paid people to do one-on-ones for free. And just can't do it anymore, y'all. Can't do it. All right? Need our partners. Do it while you can, though. Do it while you can. All right. Because Joni's good at it, isn't she? All right. So yesterday we began to talk about category 1, lean protein, category 2, fibrous carb, category 3, complex carb. Category 4, protein plus fat. We talked about the red column combinations to a great degree. We started talking a little bit about category 3 and how it elevates blood sugar, etc. How many of you have heard in the past that we just need to do keto? You've ever heard that? Keto. Got it? Or this is just a keto program. I hear that a lot too. You ever heard that? So a ketogenic lifestyle excludes carbohydrate. And now think about this with your intellect. It's better than willy-nilly. It's better than eating what you want when you want as much as you want, and that's the way we used to do. So then people go to keto because it's easy, but hear me out. So if it's really a keto diet And most of the time, the food products that you see that say keto, all that means is that it has stuffed sugar alcohol into that product. It's still carbohydrate. It still spares fat to be stored as fat. That's that's an entire advanced class right there. But ketogenic means that the ratio of fat to carbohydrate and protein is very high. Fat, when we consume fat, we need fat. We need dietary fat, but when we're eating predominantly fat, we're not preserving our muscle. This week, what macronutrient have you learned about that preserves muscle? Protein. But in order to really live a ketogenic lifestyle, your fat has to be at a great ratio above carbohydrate, and protein has to be lower than fat. Long term, now short term, just excluding the calories from carbs and abating insulin will allow you to be successful. But you lose, pound for pound, you lose more muscle than you do fat. Don't that make sense? Because you're not supporting the muscle. Now, long term, if you could stick to it forever, it wouldn't be that bad of a thing to do if you could stick to it forever and not eat carbs anymore. But first of all, think with me. You're eating a lot of fat. Undeniably, you're eating a lot of long-chain triglyceride fat that's easily stored as fat. As you begin to get complacent, and it happens to all, and you go back to grazing on some carbohydrate during the day after you've done keto for a while, what are you spiking? When you start incorporating carbohydrate again, you spike in insulin. And what have you been eating? What have you grown into a habit of eating? All this high fat ketogenic stuff. You got fat storage. What about long term? Well, studies are starting to come out that it can wreak havoc on your gut health. Your gut is your second brain. Do you want to destroy your second brain by excluding a macronutrient? Why not just learn how to control and manage carbohydrate? Why not do that? Well, that's what we do. We believe any program that excludes a macronutrient permanently, over the short term, it can be beneficial, but permanently will upset your hormonal balance, upset your gut health. Do y'all hear any truth in what I'm saying? Because the narrative, if you're in that silo of misinformation, you can think that's the great way to go, but you're in a silo. They're after you and your money. They're after you and your money. Okay? So we want a well-balanced nutritional program. So today we start talking about carbs and fruit. Now, true or false? Low-fat cottage cheese is a category 1 lean protein. True. True or false? Low-fat cottage cheese requires more blood flow for digestion than a chicken breast. Very false. A chicken breast requires more blood flow to the digestive system. Think with me for a minute. Think with me for a minute. Aaron, everybody, if I pick up some weights, okay, if I pick up some weights and I do some bicep curls, okay, I'm doing bicep curls. I'm pumping blood to that muscle. You'll feel that muscle start burning, right? And you'll feel it pumping up full of blood. The life and health of the flesh is in the blood. We need the blood to bring the nutrients and everything that the muscle needs to contract to it. And we're working out, right? What happens if I stop using my bicep muscles? Do they get bigger or do they shrink? They shrink, they atrophy because of a lack of blood flow and nutrients. But if I'm using them, if I use it, I won't lose them. Blood flow, nutrition, reconstitution of muscle, it's a good thing. Your digestive system, I want you to start thinking of it as muscle. As muscle. And when we come here, when we say we have slow metabolism, nobody's got a slow metabolism or didn't, but we have fed that metabolism so much mush that over time, all that processed food that didn't require any blood flow, that was like shooting up with sugar. Example, white bread, the whiter the bread, the quicker you're dead. White rice, white pasta, requires almost no blood flow to the digestive system. It's literally like I filled a syringe up with water and sugar and shot up with it. And then we get the the fat bus. A lot of bad things happen. But your metabolism, so to speak, quote unquote, atrophies and dies. Now, if I sat down on my rear end for a year and I didn't use my legs, they would atrophy. Now, if you're new here, this is teaching moment. Teaching moment. If I sit down for a year and I don't get up, my legs, because of the lack of blood flow and contraction and nutrients, the muscle will atrophy, but the fat remains, doesn't it? The fat don't shrink, does it? But the muscle did. Now, let's say a year later, I say I'm going to get up and I'm going to start working again. And I get up. Am I going to feel strong in my legs? Am I going to feel strong in my legs? No. They're going to feel weak. I'm going to be walking like this. Is that how some of you feel when you start your program? You're like, my metabolism's slow. I'm telling you why. I'm telling you how to fix it. But if I get up and I keep using them, are they going to get stronger every day? Brother Charles will tell you, when he started out, maybe 4,000 steps would kill him. Now he can get 17 to 20,000. You get stronger like that. So see, your metabolism, when we feed it the right stuff, we're getting that blood flow to the digestive system and we're working it out. We're reconstituting a powerful metabolism. Somebody should shout. Just by eating chicken and green beans? Just by eating some fish and squash? Now, I said, which is better to get blood flow to the digestive system? Low-fat cottage cheese or chicken breast? Chicken breast. Now, that doesn't mean low-fat cottage cheese is bad, but I want to point out something. The more pre-digested something is, the less blood flow to the digestive system. Now, stay with me. Sometimes it's beneficial to eat things that are pre-digested. Like before workout. We don't want something that's heavy and we're having to involuntarily digest all that food. Then we won't have time for a workout. That's why before workout, I'll do a shake. If I need something, I won't do a heavy meal because then I won't have the energy to work out. Another thing, if I work my biceps out, some of the guys have done this. You know, back in the day when we thought more is better, and then the next morning, has anybody ever woke up, you guys, and you couldn't even bend your arms out? You worked out, you was trying to get it all in one day. You wanted them muscles to be big tomorrow. And you walk around like this because you can't eat lactic acid. You can't even get your arms to extend. You have to rest. You have to recover. You got to recover. So your digestive system needs a break from chicken breast and green beans. Too much of any good thing becomes a bad thing. If you follow the Shibboleth Shield, we take care of all that. What is the component, everyone, on the Shibboleth Shield, still in review here? What is the component that allows your digestive system to rest and recover? Your timing. Your timing. Fasting. Okay. Now back to our lesson, chicken breast and cottage cheese, right? Cottage cheese has its role, but when you're trying to boost that metabolism, a chicken breast is better. If you look at the 30-day challenge, those of you that's going for losing 30 pounds in 30 days with the challenge, if I have if I make me the peach cobbler recipe, GC control, when I have 2 of these, I'm basically fasting without autophagy, but I'm getting the nutrients to preserve muscle, but I'm getting to relax my digestive system. What was the 3rd meal on that meal plan? Was it another shake or was it a whole food meal? It was a whole food meal. So then, boom, we get that. That's our workout for the day. You see? That's your workout for the day. So yes, you're eating food and you're enjoying food, but look at food until you get to your goal weight. Look at food as exercise. I used to tell people when they say, how'd you lose over 100 pounds? And I would say, I worked out 3 times a day, because nobody believed that I wasn't working out to lose that weight. So I would say, I work out. I just go in and tell them what they want to hear. I work out 3 times a day. And they're like, I knew it. And what I meant was I was eating breakfast for the Father, lunch for the Son, dinner for the Holy Spirit. I'm eating exercise on a plate. On your combination chart, there's red column, yellow column, and blue column. Which one is the best exercise on a plate? Red column. You got it. You got it. Awesome. All right, let's keep going. Let's get into it today. So we got 7 categories of food. Of whole food. What does category 1 stand for? Lean protein. Category 2. Fibrous carb. Category 3. Energy carbs or complex carbs. Category 4. Protein plus fat. Category 5. Fruit. Category 6. Superfood. Category 7. Shellfish. Boom. We learned this, and we keep our combination chart on our phone. We got it. So lean protein, does that cause the fat bus? No. Fibrous carb, does that cause the fat bus? No. Energy carbs, can that cause the fat bus? Yes. Protein plus fat, can that cause the fat bus? No. Can fruit cause the fat bus? Yes. Can superfoods cause the fat bus? Superfoods, yes. Can shellfish cause the fat bus? No. So complex carbs, fruit, and a little bit superfoods. Just a little. Protein plus fat? No, but maybe a little if you overeat it. But really, the ones we got to worry about is category 3 and category 5, and a little bit worry about category 6. Everybody with me so far? So the reason that they cause the fat bus, they're very essential macronutrients. Complex carb and fruit. Let me do this. Maybe this will help you. We've got protein, carbs, and fat, and water. That is the essential macronutrients. When you're in the weight loss mode, which one of those macronutrients is the most important? Water. Let's do it this way. No, that's number 1. For weight loss, water is number 1. What's number 2 most important for weight loss? Protein. What's number 3? What's third most important? Carbs or fat? Fat. Carbs are the least important because you don't need the energy. You've got it in the form of excess fat. Is everybody still with me? This differs from keto. Keto would say fat is the most important because they're trying to control your appetite better, in part. Now, stay with me on keto. A lot of people will say keto is the fastest way to lose weight. Stay with me. I'm going to teach you why right now. Does the diet industry know that you care mostly about what the scales say? The predatory diet industry. How many calories are stored in a pound of fat? 3,500. How many calories stored in a pound of muscle? 600. So if I shift my metabolism, if let's say that Charles is burning fat, mostly fat, and I'm burning mostly muscle, which one of us will lose the weight faster? Me. Because there's only 600 calories in a pound of muscle, but I'm killing myself. That's why keto's not the long-range approach that you should be doing. They want you to burn muscle because by burning muscle, it will appear in the beginning that you're losing more weight, but you're losing lean living tissue. Does that make sense? Why are we doing that? It's madness, I tell you. If my goal is muscle building, if my goal is muscle building, I want to build muscle. You cannot do both at the same time. So if my goal is muscle building, which one of these macros is the most important? Protein. No. Water. Water. Then protein. Which one's the most important for muscle building now? Carbohydrate or fat? Carbs. And fat becomes of lesser importance if you're trying to build muscle, because carbohydrate will spare lean living tissue so that it can't be used as an energy source, and only carbs and fat are used as an energy source. Everything's goal specific. That probably got outside the bounds of our lesson, but does that help y'all understand why I've put the program together? Those of you that's been around a while, is the light switch starting to come on? Oh, that's why he put that together that way. Now, back over here. Let's simplify our thought processes about food combinations today. So we just said the ones we got to be careful of in the weight loss mode is complex carbs and fruit. Got to be, that's antioxidants and energy carbs. We need them and we love them, but we got to control them. We got to know how to use them while we're in the weight loss mode. It's different when we're in maintenance or muscle building. So category 3 and category 5, let's take a look at what foods go in complex carb category. Not white rice, but long grain brown rice, potatoes, corn, onion, not just any pasta, but whole grain, whole wheat pasta, carrots cooked, peas, limas, oatmeal, barley, tomatoes, whole grain bread. Did I miss something, Lisa? Let me go look. I'm sorry. Tomatoes are a fruit, okay? Tomatoes are a fruit. However, we don't eat them like fruit very often, do we? My uncle did. He would eat a tomato like an apple. So with our program, I put things where they fit in practically based upon how we prepare and eat them. Tomatoes are a fruit, though. But I treat them like a complex carb. Okay? So when we're in the weight loss mode, we have a portion rule. But to double down on our portion rule, if you are having these and you don't want to get too much insulin provocation, during the weight loss mode, we want to go a 1/4 cup prepared. Once you get into maintenance, you can have a 1/2 cup prepared. That should fit nicely on your plate. A 1/4 cup up to a 1/2 cup prepared. Of course, you can use them as condiments sparingly, but a 1/4 cup up to a 1/2 cup. Anywhere in between a 1/4 cup and a 1/2 cup is still weight loss mode. Once we get up to a 1/2 cup, we're in maintenance because your carbohydrate total goes up and you're not going to be able to lose body fat if that eating episode has more than a 1/2 cup. Are y'all with me so far? I'll get to these questions. Are y'all with me so far? Okay. Now, even at a 1/4 cup, if my goal is fat loss, if I eat that by itself, if I eat corn by itself, is that enough? Is that enough blood sugar impact to get insulin provocation that slows down my fat burning mode? Absolutely. Now, if you've been struggling for years and you know you've done good and you don't understand why you're not losing, you're watching your calories, you just stumbled up on the Holy Grail because this is where it's at. Insulin control through proper food combining and portions. And if you think that a 1/4 cup isn't much, how many teaspoons is that? Does anybody know how many bites that is? I eat off a baby spoon to make sure it feels like I'm getting a lot. How many teaspoons is that? 12. That's 12 teaspoons. So you get 12 bites along with your lean protein and fibrous carb. That's the deal. And fun fact, typically, how much of an ear of corn could you have if you combine it with a 1 and 2? An entire ear. If you take the corn off of that, I love it because it's mental. If you take the corn off, it ain't even a 1/4 cup. So you could have an entire ear of corn. Can I put regular butter on it? No. Can I use 0-calorie butter spray? Fun stuff now. Can I use just a little bit of ghee butter? Yeah. Now, these are going to cause the fat bust. So anytime we see these on a plate, we need to be careful, don't we? Need to be careful. Next, over here we have fruit. Now, we all know what fruit is, and all fruit goes in this category. But what are the best fruits for weight loss that cause the least amount of insulin? Berries, grapefruit, apples, oranges, kiwi, plums. Now I'm getting on down the list. These are the ones I want to point out. Those are the best. But you can even have bananas. You can have pineapple, mango, melon. All fruit goes here. Cherries are awesome. Let's put cherries up here. Cherries is one of the better ones. I love my shameless plug. I love my cherry recipe. I got a cherry pie, GC control, and a Tane recipe. By the way, I heard that Melaleuca, I heard they were phasing out a Tane. So you better go get it now while supplies last. I'm stocking up on it. I love that stuff. But the good news is, from a weight loss standpoint, this one's even better. So there's some good news. All right, back to this. Your fruit, we're talking about a half a cup up to 1 cup because it's mostly water. Did y'all hear that? Sorry, my nose is itching. I'm not picking boogers. Did y'all hear that? A half a cup up to a cup. Now, this is a master lesson today. This is a master lesson. I bet some of you didn't know this just watching the regular videos. I think the light's going to come on for some of you that have been watching Kim's videos too. Don't y'all agree that's the best way to learn this? Me teaching you live and explaining it, and Kim teaching you in pre-records. How many of you've learned something today already? People tickle me when they say, "Good, that was a good review. When will we do something new?" And then I ask them questions and they can't answer them. There's always more to learn for all of us. So we know category 3 and category 5 can put the brakes on our fat loss effort. I mean, shut it down. We want to stay at a 1/4 cup or a half a cup. Each one of these causes a certain impact to our insulin levels, and it's not all the same. Now, stay with me on this. For example, a sweet potato we'll get less insulin from than we would a white potato. But I had to put them in a category. Y'all did, none of us want 20 different categories. None of us want more than 20 categories. So I did the best I could, but some things are better than others. So when we're following our Shibboleth Shield and we're putting our plate together, this is important stuff right here. As long as you portion control your food, it does not matter. I'm going to simplify all those combinations for you. Really, all of the combinations are more to help you decide which combination to go faster. Now, what I'm about to say won't help you go faster, but it'll keep you safe. 1, 2, 4, 6, and 7. As long as you portion control those, it wouldn't even matter if there was a 1, 2, 4, 6, and 7 on the same plate. Now, it would be harder to portion control it. It would be harder to comport. You know what I'm saying? Because you would only get a bite of this and a bite of that. You still have to have it on a 6 to 8 inch plate and not piled up any thicker than the thickest part of your hand. But in theory, you can have a combination 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 7. Does that make sense? What gets us in trouble is too much superfood, or any portion when we're trying to lose weight, any portion of a 3 or a 5. Anytime we have a 3 or a 5 on that plate, it must be with a 1 and 2 or a 7 and 2, and you're safe. Did y'all hear that? Isn't that beautiful? Somebody should shout. It's okay to shout. Now, when we look at a food combination chart, the 11th commandment, thou shalt not shout, does not exist. When we're looking at a food combination chart, people are afraid of the blue column. That's the column that saved my life. Because if I didn't know how to eat my taters and my corn and my fruit, I'd still be over 300 pounds. That's the column. That's the lifestyle. Melanie, I wonder why my body does better with sweet potato and a white potato I can't have. It's lower glycemic. A sweet potato is full of nutrients, many more than a white potato, and it's low blood sugar, low glycemic. Low glycemic. Does everybody understand that all we're doing is taking the 3 or the 5 and pairing it with a 1 and 2 or a 7 and 2? But I got one more thing I need to throw at you. That thing I just said about you could have, let me ask y'all this. Could I have chicken and steak and broccoli on the same plate? Could I have a piece of chicken breast, a piece of lean ham with green beans? Could I have fish, green beans, and cabbage? Yes. See, I can have more than one of any category, any food in a category, as long as I use portion control, except that rule does not hold true with 3s and 5s, because there's a different glycemic load attached to each one. So in other words, if I tried to have a 3 and a 5 on a plate together, if I choose wrong, I might get too much insulin. So you never want to have a 3 and a 5 in the same eating episode, and you want to avoid 2 category 3s in an eating episode, or 2 category 5s, unless they're berries. One other thing. If you have a low blood sugar moment, and it's legit, it's not just you're craving something, but you're having a low blood sugar moment, if you don't have any Advocare Rehydrate or Sustain electrolyte replacement, then simply have some berries or some apple, and you should be okay. Any questions about any of this as we bring the lesson to a close? Is it okay to have black beans and peppers and onions and no category 1? You can, and here's how you know you can. If you go look at your food combinations, What category are black beans, everybody? Six. So they're asking for black beans, peppers, and onions. What category are peppers? 2. Can I use some onion as condiment? Yes. Couldn't have a big portion of them, but I could use them as a condiment, or I could have raw onions as a freebie. So you've got black beans, peppers, that's a 6 plus 2 plus condiment. Is that on the combination chart? That's on the combination chart. That's how you know. Now, what's the portion? We didn't get into superfoods today, but a cup up to a cup and a half if you're having a superfood by itself. Make sense, everybody? Good to go? Why does rehydrating help blood sugar? Well, drinking water alone doesn't help your blood sugar. But electrolytes are normally placed together with some carbohydrate that are fast digesting. So that's why that sugar elevates your blood sugar. Raw carrots and raw onions, within reason, Lisa, are freebies. They're better said extras. You don't want to eat them limitlessly, but you can have a fair portion of them and not worry about it as an extra or freebie. If you cook them, they become a condiment. If you only have 50 calories, if you cook them and you have more than 50 calories, they have to be treated like a category 3. Thank you, Melanie. Anybody else? Don't forget, everybody needs to be taking their peak performance. You're working too hard to have a slowdown in your results because you haven't filled all those nutrient deficiencies. So don't forget that. Peak performance. I wish I could get the whole world on it. And for those of us that are active, I wish I could get the entire world to have a canister of Spark sitting there. But I'll just keep pushing it. Love our peak performance. Makes a big difference. Anybody else? And collagen boost. Don't forget collagen boost. Let's see. I've got some questions over here. Was at a Cuban restaurant. I had the choice of white rice and yellow rice. Can you explain the difference? Best choice for a holiday meal. Either of them. Neither one of them would be perfect. So whichever one that you enjoy more on your holiday is the one that I would do. Typically, a rice with color is going to be a little less glycemic than white rice. White rice is nothing but endosperm. It's nothing but you might as well be shooting up with sugar. Pretty much the same thing for the yellow rice. Do we still get mentor calls? Right now, we talked a little bit at the beginning because we're scaling back and down. Just the culture. Jenny Craig just went out of business. Pills and potions seems to be the methods of the day. But mentor wise, Joni still does them. I pay Joni. Joni dedicates her time and energy to do them. We will soon not be able to offer them for free anymore. So if you need a free one, get it now, because we won't be able to do it much longer, but we're happy to do that while we can. Nan, I have horrible web access at home. I was trying to remember the meals we can have, and I was thinking pork loin was okay. I had that last night on the 3-day challenge. Do I need to disqualify myself? No, pork tenderloin was a category 1, sis. You got it. It's a lean protein. No need to disqualify. What is the best flavor of peak performance? I do the brain health. I've been telling everybody if their primary goal is to lose weight, I would do the metabolic health one to boost metabolism. And then when you reach maintenance, move to one that will help you with whatever pre-genetic dispositions you have. For me, brain health in my family. For you, it might be heart health. I need brain and heart. Thankfully, both of them have pretty much the same amazing stuff in them. But metabolic health. Expand a little on what the importance of collagen boost is. Well, as you age, your body stops producing collagen. That's why we wrinkle. That's why we have sagging skin. Collagen will help you, let's say, put off the decline in your skin, hair, and nail health, your joint health. It helps with bone and joint health very much. Our particular collagen boost is very absorbable. Most collagen is not absorbable that you throw your money away on. That's why I never talked about it. Couldn't stand to see people wasting money on it. Why not just have some bone broth? But collagen boost is not that way. It has technology that allows you to absorb almost every beautiful morsel of it. Plus, it has one of the most powerful antioxidants on planet Earth. It is category 1 and category 3 bovine collagen, and you absorb it all. So can't beat collagen boost. I would say, don't care what rocks get thrown at me. If you're not taking that collagen boost, you'd be better off not to take any. What benefit is Spark, Peak Performance, and Collagen Boost? Just talked about the collagen. Multivitamins help greatly. They are, if you don't get a good one though, you're throwing your money away. You need those that are put together the way they're found in nature so that your body knows what to do with it. Our food supply is nutrient depleted. If you don't fill those nutrient gaps, your body cannot efficiently burn fat. I'll give you one quick example. If you're not getting in enough fat-soluble vitamins, vitamin A, D, E, and K, those are stored in your fat, this stuff. So your body has to have them. But if you've got too much excess fat, but then you don't get in a good supply of your fat-soluble vitamins, your metabolism is going to slow because your body's going to resist burning that fat where those fat-soluble vitamins are stored. It affects everything. The problem is our capitalistic society. Most of what you see out there is cheap, and that's what people go for. Just because it says vitamin A doesn't mean that you're going to absorb that vitamin A or vitamin B, or you need something that's absorbable. You need to go with a product that has an ironclad guarantee that if you don't feel better after so much time, we'll give you your money back. If they don't do that, you should stay away from them, in my opinion. Spark is amazing. It gives you a real energy boost, and it gives you mental focus and mental clarity through amazing amino acids. Laid, 3 tablespoons of hemp flakes with my lip is giving me stool issues. Am I using too much? I don't know that I can say that you're using it too much. If you're certain that it's hemp flakes, which usually TMI gives you a nice bulky stool that's healthy, I'm just suspect that maybe you're feeling because you've incorporated that's it. But I kind of doubt that that's it. Not saying it's not. I would just eliminate it. You know, there's enough other healthy things you can do other than hemp flakes. So I would just eliminate it until those stool issues are cleared up. I'm not a doctor, by the way. I'm not a doctor. I'm not even supposed to tell you what I just told you. So we would need to consult a physician. I got carried away there for a minute. What are the ingredients in peak performance? I cannot have any caffeine. Wilma, you'll need to go to their website. Lara, could you give Wilma Bug the link for her to go look at the various peak performances? And I would suggest, Miss Wilma, that you choose the peak performance for bone and joint, and that you run that by your physician. They have peak performance, bone and joint. That's the one I would recommend to you, knowing your situation. Can you elaborate on the amino acids more? Amino acids, y'all are making me do an advanced class. Y'all are making me do an advanced class here. Are y'all partners? Do y'all think that I should answer these advanced questions? I will. All right. So can you elaborate on amino acids? There are essential amino acids and non-essential amino acids. Non-essential means that your body creates them. You don't have to get them in from your environment. Essential means your body doesn't manufacture them. You have to take them in from your environment. Plant-based foods do not contain all essential amino acids. So therefore, you have to put multiple plants together if you're a vegan to get all the amino acids you need for good health and life and longevity. If you eat animal-based foods, they contain all of the essential amino acids. Without the building blocks of life, amino acids, you cannot preserve muscle. You cannot be healthy. You will die prematurely. There is a reason that there is an attack on so-called carnivorism. There's an attack on animal-based foods because when you don't get in essential amino acids, it leads to deep depression. Did y'all know that? Do they want you depressed? If you think this is all conspiracy, you ain't been paying attention for the last 3 years. They want you sick, tired, broke, energy depleted. You know, you've got to get in and absorb amino acids, in particular, branch chain amino acids. Everybody here should probably be taking Catalyst, AdvoCare Catalyst, branch chain amino acids. It's basically steak in a bottle without calories. You're getting in valine, leucine, and isoleucine, amazing cognitive help and muscle preservation. Hope that helps. Till I order the recommended, do you think the Dr. Kelly will be? I don't know anything about it. I'm sorry, Talitha. Please use them though. I don't know anything about Dr. Kelly. So I would say if you feel really good about them and they don't have extra calories, then go with that. But I don't know. I'm so sorry. I don't know anything about that. Is all this info on the drinks on your website? Most of it is, some of it isn't, but Stephanie, we have a whole guide that we can send you about supplementation. If you'll just email us at travisjack777@gmail.com, travisjack777@gmail.com. I recommend Spark. Lara, could you give Stephanie Ashley the Spark link? Are you still here, Lara? Did I lose Lara? Or Liza? I lost Lara. I lost Liza. I lost everybody. Oh, there you are. Lara, could you get Stephanie, Ashley, and Tammy just posted it. Thank you, Tammy. Thank you. Trussa, I just got my wellness box today. When it comes to the fiber and the collagen, I'm wondering when I should take my regular meds, before or after it. So you have to talk to your doctor. Y'all gonna get me in trouble. Facebook's already tried to get rid of me. Y'all gonna get, you don't mean to because you love me, Tressa, but people listening might not. If anytime y'all mention meds, I go run and hide because I have integrity. You need to talk to your doctor about that. I can give you some general information. Your fiber, you should be able to take anytime throughout the day. I'm about to do an entire partner class on fiber tomorrow. We're going to talk about fiber. There's things about fiber y'all don't know that could really benefit you and help your body absorb more of the fat that you eat and get rid of it. How many of you would like to do that class with me? If you get in the right quality fiber right before you eat, that fiber can latch on to extra fat that you consume and pull it through the digestive tract so that you don't absorb it. We have partner class tomorrow, and every week it's Thursday at 12:30. We'll be talking about our new buff system for advancement in rank, and we'll be talking about fiber, insoluble and soluble fiber, and the difference between the low-grade stuff like Metamucil and the high-grade stuff, and how it latches on the fat that we consume and pulls it out of us. Sorry about the med question. I do not think that your collagen or your fiber is going to interfere with your meds, but I'm not a pharmacologist, Tressa, but just putting that out there. I wouldn't personally worry about it, but I'm not saying you shouldn't. What flavor Spark do I like? My favorite is the strawberry. Any that have there's two that have strawberry in the title, both of those, and the grape, fruit punch, pineapple coconut, I like them all, but those are my favorite. Tressa, I don't know, because the medications, there's specific medications that will have contradictions with certain things that you consume with it. And I am just not, that's just so far above my pay grade. I am so sorry. I don't think your collagen or fiber might be an issue. It might be. So please talk to your doctor, because fiber can interfere with certain medications. I'm so sorry. Did you like the orange cream float recipe, Charles? Talitha can't find, what link are you looking for, Talitha? Talitha, did y'all see that, team? Talitha, the link that we give her is not working. Did you use GC Control or Attain for the orange creamsicle, Charles? Or something different? Yeah, we send out to all of our partners the class link. If you become a partner, then you get those every week. www.helpshibboleth.com, www.helpshibboleth.com. That's how you become a partner. Oh, thank you, Lauren. I don't feel so brilliant most days, but thank you. I appreciate that. I just want to be a help. Anybody else before we go today? Thank you. All right, everybody. Love and appreciation for y'all. Have a perfect day. If you're doing those challenges, I know the wheel one, a lot of people are having challenges with the wheel. I love the wheel. It's so much fun. So don't give up on it. By the way, if you're doing the wheel and it spins something that you don't want to eat and you can't figure out how to choose your alternate meal plan, just do that alternate meal plan on the honor system. Does that make sense? It's on the honor system. Nobody's can, make sure you did it. It's on the honor system, but you know in your heart, right? So if you don't like the wheel spin, we all had an alternate. And if you can't figure out how to select the alternate and you accidentally selected the wheel spin and you're not going to do it, don't tap out. Just go ahead on the honor system and do the alternate. You don't have to spin the wheel, I don't think, Tammy. That's more of a Sasha question. I don't think, but just do the alternate. The alternate will work. Anybody else? How do you record collagen and fiber in your journal? Could it be added to the list in the supplement section? You can add it to the list in the supplement section. Yeah, you can do that on your own. We don't have to do it. You can add it yourself, or you can just list it in your journal and put a freebie or an extra. It's not a freebie or an extra, but that's just letting yourself know, hey, I know this is a supplement. You just type out supplement. I had supplement collagen, but you could also add it to your supplement section. Yes, fiber does interfere with some medications. Yes, it most definitely does. So yes, that's why I said that. But it doesn't interfere with all medications. So you'll need to talk, like I told Tressa, you'll have to talk with your physician. Oh, Will Plunkett's here. Everybody, let's close out. Everybody ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear brother Will. Happy birthday to you and many more. All right. Bye, everybody. God bless.